विघ्न विनाशक गणनाटा
विघ्न विनाशक गणनाथा
विघ्न विनाशक गणनाटा गजानना है गजवदना हे गजानना है गजवदना गणनाटा 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 परम स्वरूपा गणनाटा प्रणव स्वरूपा गणनाटा भरतीपुरीश्वर गणनाथा भरतीपुरीश्वर गणनाथा गजानना है गजवदना ये गजानना है गजवदना विघ्न विनाशक गणनाथा गजानना है गजवदना गणनाटा गणनाटा परम स्वरूपा गणनाटा भरतीपुरीश्वर गणनाथा गजानना है गजवदना गजानना है गजवदना विघ्न विनाशक गणनाथा पशुपति तनया बाल गजानन पशुपति तनया बाल गजानन तुम हो विघ्न विनाश गणेश तुम हो विघ्न विनाश ये शिवनंदन बाल गजानन ये शिवनंदन बाल गजानन विद्या भूति प्रदान सुंदर साई गणेश गणेश
सुंदर साई गणेश गणेश
सुंदर साई गणेश
सुंदर साई गणेश
पशुपति तनया बाल गजानन
पशुपति तनया बाल गजानन
तुम हो विघ्न विनाश गणेश हे शिवनंदन बाल गजानन विद्यापूर्ति प्रदाता मंगल कर मंगल कर सुंदर साई गणेश गणेश
सुंदर साई गणेश गणेश
सुंदर साई गणेश
सुंदर साई गणेश
पशुपति तनया बाल गजानन
Bolo Shri Ganesh and Bhagavan ki Jai. All will stand and we join together and sing in the Arati. Om Jai Ganapati Deva. Om Jai Ganapati Deva. Prabhu Jai Ganapati Deva. Vigana Vinashana Swami. Vigana Vinashana Swami. Sukha Sampati Deva.
ओम जय गणपति देवा
पार्वती पुत्र कहावो शंकर सुत स्वामी प्रभु
शंकर सुत स्वामी
गजानन गणनायक गजानन गणनायक भक्तनयनोगामी
ओम जय गणपति देवा
वेदी सिद्धि के मालिक मोषक यशवारी प्रभु मोषक
यशवारी
कर जोरे विनती करे कर जोरे आनंद युसवारी
ओम जय गणपति देवा
प्रथम आपको पूजन शुभ मंगल दाता
प्रभु शुभ मंगल दाता
सिद्धि हो ये सब कारज
सिद्धि हो ये सब कारज
दरिद्र हत जाता
ओम जय गणपति देवा
सुंदर सुंदला दुंद दुंदला मस्तक पर चंदा प्रभु
पुस्तक पर चंदा
कारज सिद्ध करावो कारज सिद्ध करावो का तो सब बंदा
ओम जय गणपति देवा ओम जय
गणपति जी की आरती जो कोई नर गावे, प्रभु जो
कोई नर गाए,
दादु कहबावती, दादु कहबावती, निज दिन सुख पावे। ओम जय गणपति देवा, प्रभु जय गणपति देवा, विघ्न विनाशन स्वामी, विघ्न विनाशन स्वामी, सुख समृद्धि देवा। ओम जय
गणपति देवा, ओम जय गणपति देवा, ओम जय गणपति देवा।
ओम त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव, त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव, त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव, त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देवा। ओम शांति 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 हरि ओम। बोलो श्री गणेश भगवान की जय। उमापति महादेव की जय। सियापति रामचंद्र की जय। जगत जननी श्री दुर्गा माता की जय। बोलो सनातन धर्म की जय। Devotees, you may kindly take your seats. ओम श्री गणेशाय नमः। ओम श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः। नारायणं नमस्कृत्यं नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरये। Devotees, once again we all gathered here tonight to worship the Supreme Brahman in the form of Shri Ganesh. Before I commence reciting the Katha, we'd ask each and everyone to try to picture that beautiful form of Lord Ganesh in your minds as we chant these verses which are dedicated to his worship. Om Asumukashtai Kadantashta Kapilo Gajakarnaka Lambodarasha Bikato Bigananasho Vinayaka Domraketor Ganajaksho Bhalachando Gajanana Dwadashaitani Namani Yapati Trinno Yadapi Vidyarambe Vivahi Cha Praveshe Nirgami Tata Sangrami Sankati Chaiva Viganata Sanajayati Shuklam Varadaram Devam Shashivaranam Chaturbhujam Prasanavadanam Dhyayit Sarva Vigno Pashantaye Abhipsitartha Siddhyartha Pujito Yasura Surai Sarva Viganaras Tasmai Ganadhipataye Nama Shivatanai Varishtama Sarva Kalyana Mudati Parashu Kamalahastamma Shobhitam Modakinaha Arun Kosomamala Vyalaya Gyopavitam Mama Hriday Nivasam Shri Ganesham Namami Vakratunda Mahakaya Koti Sudaya Mama Prabha Aviganam Kurumideva Sarvakari Susarvada Viganeshwarai Varadai Surapriyaya Lambodarai Sakalai Jagadvitai Nagananai Shruti Yagya Vibhushitaya Gauri Sutai Gananat Namo Namaste Bhaktarti Nashana Parayai Ganeshwaraya Sarveshwarai Shubhadai Sureshwarai Vidyadarai Vikatai Chavamanaya Bhakta Prasanvaradai Namo Namaste Namaste Brahma Rupaya Vishnu Rupaya Te Nama Namaste Rudra Rupaya Karirupaya Te Namah Vishwarupa Swarupaya Namaste Brahmacharine Bhakti Priyaya Devaya Namastubhyam Vinayaka Lambodara Namatubhyam Satatam Modaka Priya Niraviganam Kuru Medeva Sarvakarishu Sarvada Avahanam Najanami Tavarjanam Pujamachaiva Najanami Kshamasveti Ganeshwara. Bolo Shri Ganeshan Bhagavan Ki Jai. Those who were present last night would recall at the end of the discussion between Lord Ganesh and Raja Varenya, Lord Ganesh raised a very important issue, which is called the Krishna Paksh and the Shukla Paksh, the bright and the dark half of the month. And this has raised a lot of questions in the mind of Raja Varenya. But before we commence the Katha, let us join together in the chanting of the Ganesh Stotra. Yato nanta shaktirananta shtajiva Yato nirgunada prameya gunasti Yato bhati sarva krida veda vinam Sadatam Ganesham namamo bhajama Yata shvavira se jagat sarva vedu Tatatam sano Vishwagopta Tatindra dayo Daitya Sannaga Manusya Sadatam Ganesham Namamo Bhajama Yato Vanahibano Bhavaravo Jalancha Yata Sagaras Chandrama Vyoma Vayu Yata Stavara Jangama Vriksha Sandra Sadatam Ganesham Namamo Bhajama Yato Danava Kinnara Yaksha Sannagra Yatashtarana Varana Swapadashta Yatapachikita Yato Viragashta Sadatam Ganesham Namamo Bhajama Yato Bodhera Jnananasho Momoksha Yataha Sampado Bhakta Sannatosha Kasyo Yato Vignanasho Yataha Karya Siddhi Sadatam Ganesham Namamo Bhajama Yata Yatra Putra Sampadyo Vanchitarjo Yato Bhakti Vedyat Katani Karupa Yata Shoka Moha Yata Kama Eva Sadatam Ganesham Namamo Bhajama Yato Nanda Shakti Sasesho Bhagova Dharanarani Nikarupo Chashata Yato Nikada Swarga Loka Hinana Sadatam Ganesham Namamo Bhajama Yato Vedajo Vikonnata Manovi Sadani Dine Tititayam Granandi Parabrahma Rupam Chedananda Bhutam Sadatam Ganesham Namamo Bhajama Yato Nanda Shakti Rananda Shajiva Yato Nirgunada Prameya Gunasti Yato Bhati Sarva Krida Veda Vinam Sadatam Ganesham Namamo Bhajama Sadatam Ganesham Namamo Bhajama Sadatam Ganesham Namamo Bhajama. Bolo Shri Ganeshan Bhagavan Ki Jai. One of these good days I'll explain that to you. No scripture could tell you who Ganesh is. No scripture. Not even the Ganesh Puran tell you who Ganesh is. Yato Veda Viko Vikunta Manobi Manoneti Neti Natitayam Granti. The scriptures have described Ganesh. Whatever you think Ganesh is, he is not that. He is not that. He is not that. And then finally he says, Parabrahma Rupam Chidananda Bhutam. He is the Supreme Brahman. Whatever you think the Supreme Brahman is, Sadatam Ganesham Namamo Bhajama. That is the person I glorify. So we begin tonight with Raja Varinya saying, Ka Shukla Gatiru Dreshta Kacha Krishna Gajanana Kema Brahma Sansriti Komi Vaktur Mahasya Nanugrahat. You have spoken to me about the difference in the month. What is called the Krishna Paksh, what is called the Shukla Paksh. Now, let me tell you something. When I was young in this business, people used to say God created every day, so every day is good. Every day is good, yes, but not for everything. Give you a little story. Krishna is here. Some years ago, for the Navratri, they were going to install a murti in Ole Mandir. Remember that story? For some strange reason, you know when you're just fast, they have a word we use for in Trinidad, we call it makoshas. You're just fast. I just decided to check the patra. I said, boy, who put that date? He said, well, the Pandit put the date. I said, tell the Pandit, call me. So the Pandit was brave enough to call. I said, who put that date? He said, well, there's no Navratri, it must be a good date. I said, that date is Mrityuda. Mrityuda means within 48 hours of the person who sits down to install that murti, he's going to dead. Well, he panicked and they postponed the date. So he come and he see me. He said, but then every day is a good day. I say, yes, every day is a good day. But every day is not a good day for all good things. It might be good to do puja today. Panchak is a very auspicious time to do puja. Shivratri falls in Panchak. But it's not an auspicious time to die in. It's not an auspicious time to die in. When a child is born between two planets, falls exactly in the middle between two planets. Some people say that's a very good thing. Yes, it's a very good thing. But the child grows up to be what is called a schizophrenic. He could trip at any time. I was one of them. I could trip for no reason. I could trip. I make no apologies for that. I trip. And that's it. Deal with it when it happens. So here he is saying, you have distinguished, clearly stated that the month is split in half. And if the month is split in half, what is called Shukla Paksh, what is called Krishna Paksh? Explain to me, what is Brahman? People talk about Brahm, the Supreme Brahm, the Supreme Brahm. What is Brahm? Have mercy upon me. Sriti Kame means the soul moves from one body into another body. We call it in English transmigration of the soul. That's what they call it, transmigration. Explain to me what is transmigration. And Lord Ganesh says, Aganera Jyotiraha Shukla Karamaha Mayam Gati Chandrama Jyotish Tata Dhumo Ratritash Dakshinayanam. That celestial being, the Devata, who is proud of fire, who is proud of light, the Devata of the day, who represents pride, the Devata of the bright half of the month, or the Shukla Paksh. And at the end of it, the journey travels north. Reaching there, those who depend upon me, it is called the Shukla Paksh, the bright half. We'll go into some more detailed explanation. The Devata who is proud of wandering, the Devata who is proud of the night, the dark half of that Devata who is proud, for that 6 months, that roaming is called the dark half. Let me explain that to you. When a person dies, they say if you stand up and you have an upstairs in your house, right? You have a veranda anywhere upstairs? Nice. When you go home, full a glass jug with water. And stand up, hold the neck and just let go it. Serious. You could pick up all the water that fall, but you cannot file all the glass that break. That is what happens to the soul when it leaves the body. It shatters. And it takes 10 days for that soul to come back into a form. The scriptures have described that form to be the size of a human thumb. So everybody thumb different. Everybody thumb have a different size. No two thumb have the same size. So it describes it at the size of a human thumb. Now, when that soul comes back into the size of a human thumb, it witnesses what takes place. It is given the opportunity to witness what takes place. So it witnesses the 10-day ceremony. And then it goes. And then it comes back in 2 or 3 days' time to witness that ceremony. It is said in the scriptures, there is something called the unguarded hour. It's 1 hour. In times of birth, the unguarded moment is the exact time you were born. That is a dangerous time. For people who know Patra, I could wipe you off the face of the earth if you know the exact time the person is born. That is why certain things, go back in your mind, go back to the old pundits you know. When you go to them and they give you a name for a child, they shall write it on a little piece of paper. And they tell you, study it and burn it. Never disclose that to anybody else. Why? Because they knew it was the unguarded moment. The time of birth is the unguarded moment. So when the soul now comes back into this form and it begins the journey, it could only travel in one direction, which is east, which has nothing to do with death. East has nothing to do with that. But it could only travel east until it reaches what is called the pressure point, where it cannot go forward again. It's called suspended animation. It's just floating right there because it cannot push through that magnetic field. And there's a magnetic field in the west that is pushing towards it. So he reaches the point where he cannot go forward and something is coming in the back and pushing him. And then the pressure of the one from the west splits the soul into two. One travels north, the cause of karma. One travels south, the effects of karma. One travels by day, one travels by night. That's it. As simple as I could explain it. Now, Krishna te Brahma sansrejor bhakti karanagati drishya drishyamidam saravam brahmavetaya dharanam. Through these two, the north and the south, the soul, know it to be both originates from Brahm. The northern magnetic field pulls that one to Brahm. The southern magnetic field pulls that one to Brahm in a different form. Now, when you tell people say when you build a house and you put a bed in your room, what position your bed in? You know what position your bed in? You're living in the house? Eh? East-west? Head east, foot west? You're safe. You checking back to see if you're sure? East-west is safe. South-north is safe. Not north-south. Most people who put their bed north-south get a stroke and die in the night because of the magnetic pull. The only place in the world you could sleep north-south and not affected by the magnetic pull is Australia, because that is around the world. So the magnetic pull is in south in Australia, not north. This is why you don't sleep north-south. And this is why you do not sleep west-east with your foot to the east. The only people who sleep north-south lives in a cemetery. That's how you bury dead people, north-south. So every time they open their eye in the box, they see where they're going. South. That's not the reason. Krishna te Brahma Sandrajor. This is the combination of what is called Brahm. Kshara Panchatmakam Avedi Tadantara Yama Smritam Abhyabhyam Yadati Krantam Shadavidhi Sanatanam. There are 6 major factors involved in the life of every creature: the 5 senses and the soul. All creatures have the five senses. Everything have it. The human is the lucky one. He has a soul with him to work together with a buddhi, an intellect. No other creature have that. No other creature on the face of the earth. And that is the supreme word. Only the human has it. And through these two, I say to you, O king, abhyabhyam yadi krantam. That is the understanding of what the supreme Brahman is. When you purify the mind, you begin to understand what is this eternal Brahman that they talk about. What it is really. You have to purify the mind and you will understand it. When that journey starts, it says, Aneka janma sanabhuti sansriti parikirtita sansritim prapna vanyeti yeto mamam ganayanti chaha. That journey, which begins from the first creation until you end up in the last creation. The first creation, nobody knows what it is. The last one is the human. But everybody started off in the last one, the first one. That's where everybody starts. And from there, because of the actions we perform, we keep elevating ourselves until we reach the human birth. That journey from the first form of creation to human is what is called transmigration. Modern term now, they call it reincarnation. Sansriti prapnubantyete yetu to ganayanti chaha yo mam samya guna santo parabrahma prayanti te dhyana jauru pachauryamam tata panchamrita divi. Whenever you sit to pray, you must be pleased. If you're angry, don't sit down and pray. Don't waste your time. Don't waste your time. Be pleasing to yourself that you have reached so far. And then, when you sit down, there comes a time, well, I don't know if all the pundits do it, but there comes a time in the puja when the pundit tell you, now it's time for you to pray. That is the time you shouldn't hear what he's saying. Lock him off. When you are able to lock him off, that is called meditation. Meditation on what? Parabraham. Parabraham. That you see that Supreme Lord inside of you, not depicted on the outside. And people say that that is not possible. If it was not possible, why on earth would Tulsidas write in the beginning of the Ramayana and also in the end of the Ramayana, Banadau Pavan Kumar Kalaban Pavak Gyan Gana Jasu Hridaya Agar Basahiram Shar Chap Dhar. Why would he write that? Bandau Pavana Kumar, I bow to the feet of Hanuman. Kalabana Pavaka Jnana Gana, who is fire to the enemy. Jasu Hridaya Agar, whose heart is so huge that Basahiram Shara Chapadara, that Ram resides in the heart of Hanuman with the bow and arrow in his hand. Why would Tulsidas write that? Tulsidas didn't make up that. Never made it up. When you see that inside of you, because of Dhyana Dairu Pacharaime Tata Panchamritabhiti, that is what is called the Parambraham. That is the place of no return. You have to find that inside of you. Then you could go to it on the outside. If you don't know where you're going, where you're going? Ever read a map yet? You know where you're going? You trust the map in front of you. You trust your instinct. Where, Ralph? You tell people we drive 24 hours and pull up in front of a man's house, nobody won't believe it. Drive 24 hours non-stop driving from Long Island to Minneapolis and pull up in front of the man's house. And it's only when we were going back home, we get a ticket. What the policeman tell you? Remember what the policeman tell you? You're coming in like a flying, like an aircraft. The man say, if I put on that ticket how fast you were driving, you lose your license. So I'll put you was doing 5 miles in excess. You could pay the ticket now. You understand? They try to help you. Even though you're wrong, they still try to help you. He says the place of no return is supposed to be the destination of all. Someone asked if other life forms could get liberation. The answer to that is no. Anybody who tells you otherwise, fooling you. Go back into the Mahabharata. When Yudhishthira was making the journey to the heavenly plains, the only person accompanied him and made the journey with him was a dog. And when he reached one step to go in, they tell him he can't go in without the dog. The dog have to stay out. He said, no way that ain't going to happen. The dog made the journey with me, has to go with me. And if the dog is not going with me, I prefer to go to hell. And when they show him what hell was really like, he said, I ain't going there. I really don't want to go there. You understand? No other life form is given that opportunity. No life form is given that. Bhagavad Gita chapter 8 says, Antakale chamameva smarana mokta kalevaram yaprayati samadabhavam yatinas yatra sanshaya. When the soul departs from the body, think about me. And thinking about me, Arjun, you will attain me without a doubt in your mind. You know what you're supposed to do if you know somebody dying? Nobody are brave enough to do it. Put them on the ground to lie down. They're dead on the ground, not on a bed. You brave enough to do that? Yeah, right. Try your hand. Think about me, Arjun, and you will merge into me. Snana vastra dhalamakara sugandha dupadipakai naivedya pallatambulai dakshabekshaya yorchayet. Those who bathe my murti, those who offer cloth to my murti, those who offer decoration. Decoration means a lot of things. Some people will put a little thing around it with them blinking light. That is decoration. That is decoration. Whatever you think decoration is, some people choose to hang mango leaf around the place. That is decoration. Some people choose to hang fruit. That is decoration. I went to do a yagi and they had a string running across the singhasan. And they put all the different kind of fruits they could find on it. Just above the singhasan have a pineapple. Right? I said, let me tell you something. If that lasts 9 nights, all you're going to be very lucky. But if that doesn't last 9 nights, 2 people are going to get killed. Me for killing one of you, and the police hanging me after for killing you. Why would you put something like a pineapple above a singhasan? You understand? That, no matter how strong you feel that little branch is, it's going to get weak as the days go by. And then on its own weight, it's going to crumble. So move that now. Put a grapes instead. Why would you put a pineapple? Right? You try to go overboard and do things, but you must use common sense too. Use common sense too. Go back to the days when we used to cut paper to decorate places. 2 colors they never used. What were the 2 colors? Nowhere ever decorate a place with that. No place, no place. Only now I see people doing that. Blue and black. Never see blue and black. And they never use blue simply because the only thing in Sanatan Dharma is blue is Jamraj, the god of death. And for that reason, you do not use blue. People can say anything else they want. Right? I'm not going to correct that. You feel to wear blue, Papi? You wear blue. Now, perfume you offer. Incense you offer. Arti you offer. In the scriptures, the word prasad doesn't mean parsad. The word prasad means food. Naivedya means something else. Prasad means something else. Food, offerings. You offer the food to the murti. You offer fruit. You offer flowers. You offer pan. And the last thing you offer, and that is the one that is called optional. If you feel to put a dachina, you put it. If you don't feel to put it, don't put it. There is no obligation to do that. Everything else is an obligation except that. Except that. In chapter 9 of the Gita, Lord Krishna said to Arjuna, Yatakadoshi yadashnasi yajajohosi sadasi yad yatatapasya kaunteya tatakurushwama darapanam. Whatever you do, whatever you eat, whatever you offer into the havan, whatever you give in charity, offer it all to me first. It's the identical thing, it says. It says the identical thing. Bhaktaye chetasa chaiva tasyeshtam purayamyaham evam pratidinam abhatya madabhakto mam chamarchayet. With true devotion, with your mind pure, chant the glories of Lord Ganesh. They are so much different astutis to Lord Ganesh. You get weak if you go through them book. You get weak. If you go through the Ramayana, the amount of prayers it have in the Ramayana that Tulsidas wrote to Ganesh, you wouldn't believe the Ramayana have it. I will personally, tasyesham purayam yaham, I will fulfill the needs of my devotees. Whatever my devotee needs in this lifetime, I will provide that for them. Evam pratidinam bhakta. Lord Ganesh should be worshipped every day. Engage in my devotion. Madhabhaktmam samarchayet. And perform this service to me. Tasamat saraveshu kaleshu mamano smarayodyacha maya yarapit mano bodhir mama veshya sasanshayam. Think of me all the time, with your mind upon me, and your reasoning set upon me, that yes, nobody is going to convince me that I should stop doing what I'm doing and do something else. Nobody going to do that. And without a doubt, you are going to merge into me. Atava manasi pujam kuravitaste rachetasa atava phalapatrajay pushpamola jaladibi. If you cannot find the ingredients that you need for puja, let me explain something to you. From the very first puja I did, the lady still alive. I ended up christening the lady too. She's about 30 years older than me. They said, never put apple and grapes in parasad. And everybody wanted to kill me for that. But it's a fruit, it's a fruit, it's a fruit, it's a fruit. But that fruit coming in a container that have beef and pork in it too. Go in the storage and see where it is. I support fruit. Don't let nobody fool you. I always tell people, don't make parsad, use fruits instead. But use the fruit that grow in the country that you live in. That is the fruit we want. We don't want apple and grapes. We don't want American plum. We have our own plum here. And it's more expensive to buy it than to buy it in Trinidad. One day I went to do a puja and a lady showing me how to make zaboka choka. And some kind of stupid name, she called it guacamole or some stupidness. I say, hey, that is zaboka. Right? You only land here 3 months now. You go get deported as they hold you. Right? And you don't know that guacamole. Lady, grow up now. Grow up. Grow up. Right? Somebody tell me they have a little machine that need flour with there. Right? And the lady said, Babs, what happened? Do have a machine in Trinidad? I say, of course we do. But we just call it wife. You know what let's call it here? What will let call it here? Machine? You understand? What stupidness you're trying to sell me? You're losing everything. People don't understand. Why would your parents feed you with their hand? Why would they feed you with their hand? Now you're using plastic spoon. So everything becomes mechanical. Everything is mechanical. You're feeding a child with plastic. You're using a plastic bottle. Using a plastic spoon. There is no touch. Right? What went wrong with dipping your finger in the porridge and putting it in the child's mouth? What went wrong in doing that? Because you don't understand why you do it. On the tip of your fingers, watch your fingers good. You will see in the center, every one of your finger, it have a little marble. If you don't have it, you're dead. Watch it good, you can see it. That is the nerve center of your finger. That is what connects to the child. You take a cattle, a cow that makes a young one, and as he born, blindfold him. When he stand up, wait until he stand up, and then blindfold him. And let him drink that first milk. And then put him in a pasture with 600 cows that had young one, and it will never drink the milk of any of those cows. Never. He will drop down and dead starving, but he will never drink it. Because the connection, it already made the connection. So sometimes when you hear a child tell a parent, what you ever do for me? Don't doubt that. You ain't doing nothing for him. Because there is no connection. The connection is mechanical. You understand? It should never be mechanical. That is something, that is a different nature to deal with. May I ask you a question you cannot answer? Which one of them is the first child? Your daughter? Don't tell me she age. I don't want to know that. Girls by nature don't tell people their age. Who loves you more, you or your wife? Let me ask you a different question. At what point did you fall in love with your daughter? The day she born. You're correct. You're correct. Ask your wife that question when you go home. And the answer will shock you. She was in love with that child from the moment she conceived. It didn't make a difference to she whether it's boy or girl. You understand? You are only connected to that when the child appears in the world. So the connection between the child and the parent is two different connections, two different things to deal with. But God is no fool. Girls tend to be close to their father, and sons tend to be close to their mother. You can't do nothing to change that. Nobody can change it. Do what you want. Do what you want. There's so much of things in Sanatana Dharma that people don't even understand why it is done. When you get married, you had a big wedding? You can't remember if you... Right. Your mother was alive? Oh, she's still alive. What's the last thing she do for you before you go in a wedding car? None of you can answer me. Not one of you. Tell me what she do. Last thing she do before you sit down in that car. Of course. She puts her breast in your mouth. Whether one person stand up and see or 1,000,000, it don't make a difference. You know why that is done? Why it is done? You don't even know. Today you leave my house as a child. And you see when you come back, you're no longer a child. You're a man. You're on your own after that. Hinduism is not mumbo jumbo. Don't nobody fool you. We have a serious, serious science, a serious connection with people, especially children and parents. That is a different kind of connection. Don't interfere in that. What Ganesh is saying, what Lord Krishna is saying, that abhyasasena yuktena is a discipline that is needed from the moment that child comes into the world. You ever beat your children yet? You never beat your children? Oh, I never do it either. My hand like iron. If I hit my children, they'll lock me up. Never do it. She does do it. Not me. He says that when you have that connection, right, you do not have to talk to that child. You just look at them and they know exactly what's going on. If my daughter go with me one day for wickedness, I don't know if it's wickedness or what, I tell her, she'll say, pack a bag, 2 Pampers, a bottle of milk. I just carry the child along the road. So we go down on the wharf, take a bus and go on Port of Spain. Go on in the zoo and spend whole day in the zoo. Right? And then come back home. My daughter never asked for she mother one day, 1 minute. When she with me, she safe. My son gone to school, and he tell the teacher in the school he need to go home right now because he breastfeeding and he wasting time here. Carry him home, he need to get him milk. Not my daughter. My daughter was totally different. One day I had to mix a bottle for she. That is not something I like doing. I never like mixing bottle. Thank God for Pampers. Because if I had to pin a diaper on she, the amount of injection she would have get when I took she all over, I couldn't do that. So blessed is Pampers. Now, when I give she the bottle, I say, let me tell you something before you drink this bottle. This is your last bottle. She drink out she milk, go and open the dustbin and throw the bottle. Boop. That was it. That was the end of that. Because it says, Chetana Nanyagaminaha. The child trusts what you tell them. They trust you. That is a trust that could never be broken. Let nobody fool you. In the eyes of a daughter, father do no wrong. And you better believe that. Your son not going to do that for you, my friend. Your son will nail you to the cross. And the bigger the nail, the harder you go upon it. Not your daughter. She will defend you down to the end. Paramam Purusham Devyam. That connection you could have with a child, that connection a daughter could have with a father, or a son with a mother, if you could have that connection, Paramam Purusham Devyam, take that connection now and carry it to the higher level, which is liberation from the bondage of birth and death. Take the same love, take the same discipline, and carry it up. I'll tell you a little story that you mightn't believe. My son told me one day that he want to check his eyes. He feels something wrong with his eyes. So I said, okay, we go on Port of Spain, my friend, and she check it for him. And you know, she asked him what school he going to. He said, I just passed common entrance for Naparima College. And you know the next question she asked him? How you see that paper to write the exam? His eyes were so bad. Something called astigmatism. I didn't even know what that is. I still don't know what it is. Right? So he has to wear 2 different sizes of lens in both eyes. She couldn't believe he passed common entrance. Now, the point I am making is, the effort you put into writing that paper to get it right, transfer it now to something higher, and then higher, and then higher, until you reach the perfection. That perfection is called Paramam Purusham Devyam. Devyam means division. Paramam means the supreme. Purusham means the supreme Purush, or Adi Purush. According to the scriptures, Adi Purush is Ganesh. And there is something in the Vedas called the Purusha Suktam. Did you know it? Nice. That divine Purush, that connection. So individuals, by their actions, could reach the Supreme Purush. Right? And because of the effort they make to do it, because of the people they are connected to around them, it also tempts these people to make that journey too. So we all go together. We all go back together. Puje mama pratena taddisham phalam labhe trividasvapi pujasu shreyasi manasi gataha. And those who make all the effort in my worship, they will achieve this. There are 3 methods of worship. The greatest form of worship is called Manas Puja, where you could sit down anywhere in your mind and do your puja. It is the most greatest form of worship. Lord Krishna says, Satatam kiratayantamam yatanta shtadridabrata namasyanta shamam bhakya nityayukta upasati. Chant my name, chant my glories. Strive to attain me through realization. Try, bow before me again and again. Try to unite yourself through meditation. Worship me with firm devotion. And in the end, Arjun, I will bring you to me. I will bring you myself. Sapnu tamamata puja nechaya krita mama brahmachari grihasteva vanapraste yatashchita. Manas puja should be done without desire. You pray to God because you love to pray. If my 2 children home and I want to get everybody in the house vexed, I go start to sing. They want to lick me up. Sing quiet. How you go sing quiet? Can't sing quiet. Sing quiet. Sing to yourself. It's just human nature. He says, manas, when you worship, without desire, the highest form of worship is for who? For the student, the householder, the renunciate, and the sannyas. The 4 schools. Everybody could do it. It is for everybody. It is not for me and it's not for you. It is for everybody could do it. Everybody could achieve this. Ananya cheta satatam yomam smriti aneshtaya tasyaham sulabhaparta nityayuktasya yoginaha. Whoever thinks about me, Arjun, all the time, with a firm mind, who is ever absorbed in me, I am easily attainable. It is easy to find me. It's not so hard as people think. It is too easy to find God. Ekama puja prakuravano apyayeva siddhimrechati madanya devayo bhavaya dvishanma manya devatam. Any one of the methods you choose to worship the Supreme, all the siddhas will come to you. Those who discard me, those who abstain from worshiping me, those who make enmity amongst people. Why are you going in that mandir? Why are you going to hear he for that pundit real ignorant? Right? I sit down face to face with that pundit and listen to he bad talk me for an hour and a half. For 90 minutes he bad talk me. And the reason I didn't lick him down is because his father was sitting down next to me. But I would have put it on him. Trust me, I would have licked him down. And when I was leaving, I shake his hand and I say, Pandit, you're real good, but only one thing I want to leave you with. He said, wait that. He said, see the fellow you're bad talking? 1, you don't know him. And 2, I is the person you're bad talking. And 3, you're just very lucky that you live out today. And I leave him with that. You're lucky you're living right now. So contrary to what you think I'm ignorant, if I was ignorant, I would have knocked you down already. I'm not ignorant. I have a big mouth, that's not my fault. You want me to sit down and say, Bhaja Govindam, Bhaja Govindam, Govindam, Bhaja. Play the music now, man. Muramate. That ain't for me, partner. Wrong number. That number you dial not in service. Right? The scriptures say when you read scriptures, read it at the top of your voice, the hardest that you could say it. Say it. God kind of deaf. This place cloudy. Say it loud. Say it hard. That is my fault. That is not my fault. Those who worship, those who are convinced to stop worshiping me and go to different types of worship. Sopi mami vayajate parattvama vidyato nripaha sohyanya devata mamcha dvishananaya maramate. Those who do not worship in me using the prescribed methods, those who do not worship me using the prescribed method. Today I was going to St. Augustine to do a puja, a hawan, for the movie in our apartment. And I was tired, I didn't want to do it, but if I leave it, I'd wait till after Pitri Paksh. And he get put out of his house. So he had to do it now. So that's why I went and do it. And Ganesh Murti coming on the road, whoosh, whoosh. Up and down the road like taxi. If you see Murti. Bisharjan. It's wrong. I care what you say, and I don't care what your Baba tell you. Your Baba need a haircut because he have it wrong. पाची कथा सुने मन यह लावे जब लगी चंद्राओ दय कदियावे चंद्र अदर देय करेय प्रणामा करे विसर्जन शोक यधामा पाचेय कथासु तेय मन लावेय जब लगे चंद्राहु दय कदियावे चंद्र अदर देय करेय प्रणामा करे विसर्जन पुण्य सुखधामा रामा पुण्य सुखधामा करे विसर्जन पुण्य सुखधामा. Everybody read this book. All the pundits in Trinidad read this book. And still they're doing it wrong. All of them doing it wrong. I don't care what they tell them, me care what they call it, they're damn well wrong. Because this is the book they're reading and this is what this book says. That uske पश्चात के मन लगाकर जब तक चंद्र उदय को कथा सुने फिर चंड को अर्घ्य को और प्रणाम करे तत्पश्चात भगवान श्री गणेश की विसर्जन करे. It says that after you listen to the katha, like when we finish tonight, complete the devotion until the moon rises, midnight. And when the moon rises at midnight, offer adhar in honor of Lord Ganesh. Offer adhar to Varun Dev, the god of water. Bow to Chandrama, the moon, and then take that murti and do visarjan into the water. You don't throw it in the water. You carry it down to the bottom of the ocean and you put it. So midnight is the time to do it. Don't tell me it's convenient to do it in the morning. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying into that story. If people in this country stupid enough to follow you and believe what you're saying, you do it. But don't sell it to me. Don't sell it to me it's convenient to do it so. You understand? That convenience, when you're going to the airport 12 o'clock in the night to fly, you don't go 4 o'clock in the morning. You understand? And I stick to that. The same book you're reading, telling you you're doing it wrong. This 3-night Ganesh jag and 4-night Ganesh jag, right? One morning they're coming down the road at Murti to go 4 o'clock in the morning. And they're busting coconut in front of me like crazy. If you see coconut in the road, tell them nothing. I called one of my friends in the Manila, I said, let me give you a piece of advice. You see, next year when all the bust that coconut, I'm coming out with a blade. And we go see if Ganesh go jump in the road to help all you. I'll chop out one all your hand because all you're making mess in the road. Ganesh worship has nothing to do with that. You go to the cremation ground, people busting Khalsa like it going out of style. Where that stupidness come from? Not even in India they do that. Not even in India they do that. Where you get that from? One fella told me you had to break the pin 9-4 and pelt it in the 4th direction so crow will come and eat it. And when the crow eat it, then it will liberate the soul and carry it where it's going. I say, hey, here what's going on? Let me start over this cock and bull story. You're missing once upon a time. And you're missing the end. Those things are not true. It a mark that no way, partner. I hear a pundit criticize Dan Kariko. He criticized that worse than me. Only to find out he make a family Dan Kare 5 cow for he. Now he know it wrong. When you're making them Dan Kare the 5 cow for you, it wasn't wrong. The Gita says, read 3 chapters of the Gita, you get the benefit of Dan Kare cow. Read 6 chapters of the Gita, you get the benefit of bathing in the Ganga. Read 18 chapters a day, you get perfection. The Gita has all the answers. But it's convenient to fool people for a while until you get smart. And you living in a gated community, you are minding no cow. So which half is yours and which half is mine? I go take the head half. You take the backside half. You understand? That's what we do into Hinduism. I make no apologies for that. None. Sopi mame vayajante. No, we skip out something. It is for everybody to do it, to try to get it right. Ananya cheta satatam. Yo mam smirati nishtaya. Tasyaham sulabapart nitya yukta upasati. That when you worship me and you think about me, you become absorbed in me. That is what Shibari did. That is what, you know why Shibari ran away to the forest? You have any idea why? She was going to get married. And what we call the cooking night. She see animals being brought in and slaughtered. Big cook, killing like it going out of style. And she asked somebody what that is for. He said, well, you getting married tomorrow. She said, so is I responsible for killing them animal? If I wasn't getting married tomorrow, they would never be killed. So she ran away the night. That is how she ran away. And ended up in an ashram. Well, a building. And she hid from people until she came across Matang Rishi. And for 2 months of listening to Matang Rishi, she decided that is the road I'm going to go. And she became absorbed in it. Until one day, she really saw Ram coming towards her. 125 years later, she saw him coming. She was absorbed in it. That is what we need to do. Not just do the puja when you go home, you forget it. Be absorbed in it. Ekama pujam prakuravano apya dev siddhimrechati madanya devayo bhavaya dvishan manya devatam. When you worship me. Do not let people convince you to discard me. Do not abstain from my worship. Sopi mameva yajate paratvam vidito nepa yo hyanya devata macha dvishanayan mama arachayet. When you do not use the prescribed method and you making distinction, well, you know some pandits that do it so, but we just do it so. Bull. Rubbish. Every scripture has a format. Every scripture has a bidi. Follow the bidi. You can't change the bidi to suit you. You now telling me my scriptures, all my forefathers who came from India. I was one of the lucky pundits in this country, you know. I was born in the era when we still had pundits from India alive. Pandit Sarabjit from Cedar Hill. Janki Prasad Sharma from Devi. They were from India. Well, all of them were Dotish. Pandit Sahadev from Basilaw Street, Tanapuna. He was my first guru until he disowned me. The man disowned me. I didn't do nothing wrong and he disowned me. And when he died, he asked me to go to the funeral. I said, to hell with he. Yeah, plain talk bad manners. If he could disown me, why can't I disown he? He bigger than me. I have a cousin married to his granddaughter. And my cousin so bright, he said, look, I have no respect for my father family. I the father family, boy. I the father, brother, son. And you have no respect for me. I said, okay, no love lost. So one day I met him. I said, you respect your mother family? Their father come from India. And God forbid he ever born again. He said, well, I said, all his children is drunkard. Son, daughter, everybody's alcoholic. So if you're proud of them, cause go brave. But say nothing but my father. I'll come and hunt you down in your house. Trust me, I'll hunt you down. You know nothing but my father. Don't go down that road. You don't like your father family? Me vex with you for that. But thank God for your father family, your mother find a man and get married. If her father didn't have a brother, she couldn't marry. You understand? Don't pile them stupidness wrong me. He says, do not follow what the scriptures say. Follow it. You think I like going in the sea midnight? That's not a nice experience in San Fernando. But we used to go brave, man. Kamla Pasad declared state of emergency. I had this man in charge of Southern Division escorting me down in the sea, 12 o'clock in the night. They said, change the hour. I say, why? That ain't going to happen. That not going to happen. One fella tell me, change my reading hours from 6 to 8. I say, here what? You go in the next Monday, they're doing it 6 to 8. Leave me 7 to 9. If you don't like it, don't come. Right? The scriptures give you specific time. When you read the Bhagavad says, 3 hours after the sunrise, you must start your first session. What time the sun does normally rise? We say 6 o'clock. Normal. So 3 hours is when? And 9 o'clock? 9 to 11. He says, take a break and have a meal. 12, 1 o'clock. 1 hour. Take an hour rest, 1 to 2. Then start back for 2 hours, 2 to 4. Take 2 hours rest. Have a meal. And after that meal, 1 hour break, you start back, 7 to 9. Why I had to change that to suit you? Are you not doing that? Let me tell you something. I was doing a yag in New York, Ganesh Puran. Ralph was there in the ashram. When the Pandit come and started to criticize we. And the Swami was there. And the Swami said, Vic, do me one favor. I said, just shut up. Don't respond. He will respond. And he said something that was very interesting. He said, if I live in America the rest of my life and I get 2 Pandit like Vikram, I will change the whole of the United States. The man who criticized the Ganesh Yag in New York is a man who did just bring and put him in Singhasan in Trinidad to read Yag now. A fellow named Sudarshan Das. I want to put my hand on him. No, but I'll learn a little stupid in the Tulsa Trace in the back, they will all think he's God. He ain't no damn God. He ain't no God. Don't fool all yourself. Sudarshan Das. I demand. You want to attack a man like when I come along the Singhasan. I say, Swami, put your 2 hands. Ask Ralph, he was there. I said, what are you going to do? I said, I want to measure your hand. And when he put your hand, I hang me down in 2 hands. I said, Sudarshan, let me go outside now. 2 hours, man. You see that fire hydrant on the road there? I'll shove it down your throat. And if ever it hook up, God help you. I'll beat the daylight out of you in New York. Today they bring in Pandit in Tulsa Trace. He's God in Tulsa Trace, you know. Don't come with that foolishness wrong, Vikram. You could criticize it, and that's why you hate my guts. I hold no brief for nobody, my friend. Sudarshan Das never was a Pandit and will never be a Pandit in this lifetime. Me care which donkey in India christen he and make he a Pandit. You could do that stupidness. Let you believe that. You believe that stupidness. I don't buy into them things. You criticizing what I do. As if he's the owner of the ashram. We paid for the ashram to use it, you know. But he's the so-called Pandit in the ashram. So he decided to come and criticize it. The Swami said, never me and you again, but I afraid you. I said, no, I'll slap him up. My religion said, defend myself. Hanuman used to beat them until they chant Ram name. And when they chant Ram name, he used to kill them. So, he said, don't do that here, you know. Afraid me. See that picture? That is it. That is the Dik Mass. Wilton Hindu Temple, Ram Katha, Hari Katha, 25th of June, 26th of June, 27th to the 29th of June. I read it on the 29th of June and fly out from there to the airport and back home in Adik Mass. Nobody didn't criticize Adik Mass. Only hear people talking foolishness. They don't even know what Adik Mass is. But yet you're criticizing things you don't know nothing about. Criticize the foolishness all you're doing. Right? And have people jumping up in the road like Ganesh Murti become a carnival band now. Right? You're making a mockery of this thing. This is, when we used to bring Murti here, nobody knew, you know. That Murti used to come like a thief in the night, 11 o'clock in the morning, blindfolded and downstairs. When the time comes to open that eye, you open the eye. You do your puja, you bring your Murti and you put it there. And you wait till the time is right and then you start. When we finish in the night, there's a process where we carry that Murti. Right? And then we hit the sea. Midnight. Water warm. You're sweating when you jump in that water. So follow, use the prescribed method. You cannot be doing it wrong and expecting the result to change. Albert Einstein said if you keep doing something wrong and you're expecting the result to change, that is the first sign of insanity. You are mad. If you're throwing a ball up in the air, what do you expect going to happen? It will fall down. So if you expect the ball to stay there, it means you're crazy. That's not going to happen. Do not cause distinction in my worship. The person who does that and does not follow what the scriptures say, this is what happens. Yati kalpa sahasramya nirayando kabhaksada bhota shuddhi vidayado prananam stapanam tata. For thousands of years, they will suffer the pain in Narak. That is what they're doing. They're leading the Hindu community to hell, to Narak, by doing it wrong. Are you not doing that? I'm not doing that. In their heart, they will suffer the pain of Narak. I say to you, O king, do not do that. It is wrong. Do not do it. Abstain from it. It's better you don't take part in it. Because if you are part of it, you are part of the problem. Don't do it. Bhuta Shuddha Vidayadav. The individual has a birthright. Purify your body. Prananam Stapanam Tataha. Then, practice breathing. Akrishya Cheta Sobreti Yato Nanya Pupakrati Kritavarta Matrikanyasam Vaheshtata Shadangamaha. Purify the intellect. Change your Janev. This is for Pandits. This is enough for me and enough for you. That's for Pandits. Change your Janev. He says, pledge yourself to Mother Earth and do not cause confusion amongst the followers of Sanatan Dharma. Why you feel you right and I wrong? Why you feel so? I watching a Gita Yag on TV recently, and the Pandit said have people on television who feel is expert in the Gita, so he's going to explain chapter 12 in the Gita. Next morning I call him. I say, Pandit, I always thought you were dumb, you know. But last time when I see you, you prove it to me, boy. You're really dumb. You're really stupid. You want to pick a fight with me? 4 verses in the Gita you cram by heart. Everybody know. You know any verse in the Gita by heart? You know none, right? You know a verse in the Gita by heart? You know none. But if I say it, you know it. Yada yada gidharamasya. And you know it? You just tell me you know it. So you chanting that whole day. That don't make you a scholar in the Gita, eh? You know one verse. Shut your mouth and stay quiet. It have 745 more in the back. Don't learn one verse and think you're an expert. Right? He said, Pandit boy, you know, I had to suit the audience. I work in to suit my audience. I say, oh, so the audience dumber than you then. Wow. That's frightening. The man's wife died. When he ran, John? You went with me in the wake, Rosilak. When we carried the Panagi, get the man, I said, look, your wife passed away, boy, look, I bring a Panagi. Brother Pandit to Brother Pandit. You know, he tell me after, if I bring a Panagi, hoping that he asks me to do the funeral. I say, boy, let me tell you something. If you sign the deed on my name, I wouldn't even come to your wife's funeral. Don't feel I want something from you. I don't want nothing. That's how stupid these fellas are. You carry a Panagi to help a brother in distress. And the first thing he thinking about, I'm looking for work. I say, you can't handle me, partner. I beg upon that one. I tell her, beg. My son was there with me. Beg him. He put date for his son, Janev. And he come and me to borrow Janev, carao, stick, deer skin. I say, Pandit, I'll lend you this. But so help me God, when you finish Saturday, bring it back, you know. Pandit are taking a chance with you, you know. I say, when is the Janev? He tell me so date. I pull out the Janev book and I check it. I say, boy, who put this date, boy? He said, well, the Pandit to do the Janev. I said, this wrong, boy. This wrong. Read it yourself. You know what he tell me in front of my son? I know too much. I said, next week I'll go see you. After the Janev. He said, well, where you coming to see me for? I said, when I come, I go tell you where I'm coming to see you for. I went the next week to cremate his son. I went to do the funeral. He cried, he hugged me up, he begged all. I said, none of that going to change. Your son's still dead. Stupidity caused it. And I know too much. You understand? You're telling them the right thing, and not for God's sake they will do it right. Not for God's sake they're going to make the effort to get it right. A little boy in Oropuch, dead in an accident on the creek where Junior's army truck hit a maxi and killed he. Right? Janev done on the wrong date. He dead. This one in Philippines, Janev wrong date. He dead. What else you have to do to convince them they're wrong? You're risking your own family life, and you still, you can't get it right. The Ganesh Gita said, Nyasa mula mantrasya tato dhyavat jape muni stira chitto jape mantram yata guru mukhagatam. Go back to your guru. Let your guru try to save you from going down to Narak. That's what the guru is for. If the guru have an unlisted phone, how you go find him? I know plenty children don't know their guru home number. I went to a pundit house and he told me he don't have a phone. Where Anil? He was with me. When I was doing the Doha Gita, he said, but I don't have a phone. I said, well, what are you going to do? Things hard now, I know hard to pay phone bill, and the phone ringing. I said, well, look, your neighbor phone ringing, go on answer it. We are going to tell him, my phone in the telephone directory, but the number listed. Go back to your guru. Let him accept you again. Because he's supposed to disown you for them stupidness you're doing. Sit in a peaceful place. Take that mantra that the guru has given you and sincerely chant that mantra. Japam niveda devaya stotva stotrairakinada eva mamana upasitas labe mokshana abhyayam. Chant the mantras of all the devatas. And for all the wrongs that you have done in misleading people, read all the different stotras that are there. You have any idea how many stotras exist? Thousands, you know. When I tell you thousands, thousands, the Mahabharata alone, there is only one book, and that have about 1,000 in it. The Devi Bhagavad have a next 1,000 in it. The Brahma Vaivara Purana have a whole skand only on Ganesh Stotra. 300 and something pages. When you go down and read that. Now, when you do that, then you become what is called a Sanatanist. A Sanatanist works for the benefit of Sanatan Dharma, not for the splitting up of Sanatan Dharma. Apicheda si papebhya sarvabhya papakretama sarvagyana plavenaiva vresijam santarishyati. Even the most sinful of individual can cross this ocean of birth and death using knowledge as a raft. Educate yourself. Educate yourself. Jnana jeyam stuti stotram natera bhakti yarupsana trayigeyam pavitram cha pitamaha pitamaha. In meditation, Ganesh is saying, I am the meditation that you do. I am the patience. I am the astuti that you chant. I am the salutation. I am the devotion. I am the worship. I am the mantra which originates from the Vedas. I am purity. I am the father. I am the grandfather. I am everything. Bhagavad Gita chapter 9 says, Aham kratoraham yagya swada aham aham aushadam mantro aham aham aveja aham maganir aham ahutam. I am the mantra from the Vedas. I am the yagya. I am the pitri offering. I am the food grain. I am the mantra. I am the ghee. I am the fire. I am the act of offering oblations into the fire. The two says the same thing in two different yug, in two different cycles. Pitamahasya jagato matadhata pitamaha vejam bhavita omkara rikasama yajurevacha. I am the sustainer of the universe. I am the ruler of the universe. And this is where the mantra comes. Tvameva mata chapita tvameva pitamahasya jagato mata dhata pitamaha. That is where it comes from. That is that mantra, Tvameva mata. I am the one that everyone needs to know. I am the one to purify. I am the Om and I am the Vedas. Ya upasana yahino Degano rubhyarta janmabha yagyoha maushadam mantro aganirajam chaharahutam. Without devotion and criticizing the worship of Lord Ganesh, criticizing the form of Ganesh. Ganesh have a big head, Ganesh have a big belly. Really? Such an individual is a curse. Such a person is called dead weight upon this earth. That is what you call dead weight. Such a birth is useless in this world. His yagya is useless. His medicine is useless. His mantra is useless. His havan is useless. Taking charity from him is useless. The performance of Shraddha is useless. Because all these things that he criticized, All these things are my forms. You know, people just come here to give me money for you, and I tell them, carry it back home. Say, you're not supposed to do that. Who say you're not supposed to do that? Who say you're not supposed to do that? Are you mad? Omkara pavana sakshi prabhorametram gatiralaya otapati poshakovi sharanamava evacha. I am the sacred Om. I am the purifying air. I am the sakshi. I am the witness. I am the master. I am the friend. I am the guru. I am the creation. I am the maintenance. I am the seed. And I am mercy. That is who I am. Even in the funeral book, you know the first mantra written in the funeral book? What is the first mantra written in the funeral book? Come on, man. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Even in the dead book, that name. Lord Krishna said to Arjuna, Gatera Bharata Prabhu Sakshi Nivasam Sharanam Suhe Prabhava Pralaya Sthanam Nidhanam Bijamabhyayam. I am the supreme goal. I am the sustainer. I am the Lord. I am the witness. I am the friend. I am the one whom you seek for no return. I am the origin. I am the end. I am the final resting place. I am the imperishable seed. Asanamrityo sadamrita matma brahma yamevacha dhanamahom yastapo bhatir japo swadhyaya evacha. I am truth. I am untruth. I am nectar. I am Atma. I am the Brahman. All these are me. I am the Havan. I am the penance. I am the devotion. I am the jap. I am the rituals you are performing. All these things are representative of me. Yad yakaroti tatasaravam samema ye nivedaye yeshito durachara papastre varnika sataha. Whatever you do in this world, do it for my welfare. Let me tell you something. A lot of people send out invitation card, wedding invitation card, and they take a scotch tape and stick 2 grains of yellow rice in it and stick it on. Why they do that? We're doing that since ever, time eternal. And nobody can answer why they do that up to now. Nobody don't know. And we're still doing it. He says, whatever you do, do it for me. Those who depend upon me, whether it be a man, a woman, a wicked person, a sinner, a merchant, a soldier, a laborer, anybody who depends upon me. Lord Krishna said to Arjun, Apichete duracharo bhajate mamananyabhak sadureva samantabhya samyakasito hisaha. Even the greatest sinner who worships me with devotion should be regarded as a saint because he has changed his way. Valmiki is the best example. Valmiki was a criminal par excellence. And one day he decided to beat up the Saptarishis, put some good lash on them. And they say, they tell him, you have to pay for all what you're doing here. You know? You feel the people you're doing this for go help you pay for it? He said, of course, them are feeding. He said, go home and ask your wife and children if they go take punishment for you. He said, I stupid to go and ask them that and I'll go run away. He said, no, tie we down here, we go stay. And when he went to my wife, tell him, no way, Jose. You do the crime, you pay for it. And then he went back and then he changed. And they gave him a mantra to chant, one word, Ram. Last time we talked about that. One word. No Om, no Nama, no Swaha. Om, Ram. That's it. And he became the author of the Valmiki Ramayana. He became the author of the Adhyatam Ramayana. He became the author of the Adabhut Ramayana. That is the Ramayana I was supposed to talk about when I talk about the Adhyatam Ramayana instead. The Anand Ramayana. No, it wasn't the Anand Ramayana. It was the Adabhut Ramayana. That is the Ramayana he dedicated solely to the worship of Sita. There's a big conversation in that. That Ram was sitting on the throne and Bashish Muni and all of them talking about so great is Ram, that Ram killed the 10-headed Ravan. And all of them blabbering them out. They asked Sita, why are you so silent? He said, I want Allah to ask the king a question for me. Ask him what he did when he saw the 1,000-headed Ravan. And Ram just bent on his head. He don't know, he couldn't answer. And they said they never know it had a 1,000-headed Ravan. They, yes, it had one. And when Ram faced him, he fainted away. When he see that monster, it's I who kill him. I am the one who took the form of the divine mother of the universe. There is a Sahasranam in the Adabut Ramayana to the divine mother of the universe. The day you chant that Sahasranam, dying people does live. Don't interfere with it. It's there in the book and they tell you, don't interfere with this. Turn the page fast. Don't play hero with it. So he dedicated an entire Ramayana to the worship of Sita, called the Adabut Ramayana. Apichete duracharo bhajate mamananyabhak sadureva samantabhya samyakasito hisaha. Once the individual makes up his mind to change, Mahami padbya pasretya ye yapi syupapano yaya striya vaisha tata shudras te yapi yan param gatim. Women, traders, laborers, people who are born out of wedlock, children who are born out of rape, surrendering to me, I will liberate everyone. Madshaya vimotyatam ke kimadbhatya dvijataya navinashyati amadabhakto gyatva mamad vibhutaya. Whoever performs service to me, whoever depends upon me, will become liberated from the cycle of birth and death. And if an ordinary person could do that, then what about my devotee who really genuinely does it? Day and night, worshiping me, thinking about me. They know everything they need to know about me. No one could destroy a devotee of God. I defend my devotees. Prabhavam me vibhutisha na deva hrishayo vidu nana vibhuta viraham vyapya vishwam pratishtitaha. The devatas, the rishis, the swamis, the yogis, they do not understand who am I, because I am the supernatural power that they don't understand. They all originate from me. How could they know me? They don't understand. They don't have a clue. Who am I? Yad yat treshtam tamamaloka ma vibhutera nibodami. Whatever exists in this world that causes illumination to brighten people's lives, know it all to be a spark of my power. I am the one who lights up this entire creation. I am the one who brings joy, brings happiness, brings peace to the entire universe. And yet, the scriptures have been placed there for us. These things were written there for us to follow. Follow it by the book. Follow it. People telling me, Deshakal, Deshakal. Tulsidas write the Ramayana in Kali Yuga. The first Bhagavad Puran that was ever held, it was held in Kali Yuga, not in Dwapar. In Kali Yuga, they read Bhagavad Puran. That is the book that is written for this age, and people still feel that hard to do. How you go eat without onion? You understand? Why you going to read Ayag and shave your head? Which bookmark that? Go buy one and read and you go see. Telling you that do it make sense. One fellow say, what the term he used, when your intellect real good, you don't need to shave your head again. But I should have been in the audience and lick you down for saying that. When your spirituality up to that height, you don't need to shave your head again. Trust me, you have that spirituality that you need. A man who have that spirituality don't need a singhasan. He'll sit down in midair and read for you. The book will be floating in front of him. So you have that. But you're talking to a gullible audience who want to buy rubbish. So you sell them it and they buy it. Follow the rules of the scriptures. And if you follow the rules of the scriptures, this will illuminate not only you, not only your family, this will illuminate the country that you live in. You don't think we need illumination now? You don't think we really need this thing from this madness what's going on outside here? Every day is a different story. They lock up a policeman for renting a gun to a criminal who went and killed some people with a gun. That policeman so stupid, He understand the bullet have a number on it, boy. I know that. And he's shopping in the service and he know that. They have a right to lock you up and throw away the key. You understand where the crime? Crime rampant, it's rampant. Somebody needs to yad yatreshtam tamama loka to brighten up this universe. Savi boter and ibodame. Let me give you the best example. In 1996, 97, 98, 99, somewhere around there. The whole universe was in chaos. They talk about the coming of the new era when the whole computer system going to crash. The whole world was in panic. And one person in the Middle East, of all the places on the earth, the Middle East, get up one morning, right, and walk in with a glass of milk and stumble with the glass of milk. And the milk fall in the little bowl they had it with the Ganesh Murti. And when they go to wipe up the milk, it had no milk. The milk disappeared. So he threw more milk and the milk disappeared. And that became the greatest religious phenomena of the 20th century. The Ganesh Murti drinking milk in every country on the face of this earth. And you are believing it now? Something had to be wrong with you. The greatest religious phenomena of the 20th century is the Ganesh Murti drinking milk. Up to now, scientists cannot understand it. They started talking about rubbish that the Murti make out of some kind of stone and the stone could absorb the water. We had one make out of brass and drinking it. One lady come one day and said, the Murti ain't drinking no milk. I said, lady, you blight. That is why you won't drink. Your blight and your bad mind. That is why you come to test God. God ain't have time with you. You understand? God don't waste time with people. Don't nobody fool you. Now when the lady stopped coming here now, she said, I criticize she. I said, no, you're just blight. Anybody walking, any race walking, the man there and give milk, he drinking it. You is Hindu, ain't sindoor in your head and God ain't want to touch it. The milk nearly fall down, stink up the place when you leave it overnight. You won't even drink it. You can't test God. If you have not learned in the 20th century the power of Ganesh, you are now in the 21st century and you still want to test that to see how powerful it is. I have pictures in the album downstairs where we go to submerge the Murti. We took a picture of the Murti there. It was red, pink. We took a Murti on the road, pink. When we reach in the ocean, white. Milk white. Well, we paint it white before we put it down in the sea. A little distance further, half the Murti white, half the Murti pink. All the pictures downstairs, you could see it in the album. You still learn nothing from that? You still want to do it shortcut? It have no shortcut. I listen to a pundit preaching, Sanatan Dharma have no shortcut. It have no shortcut. And you doing 5 night jug for people and telling the same people it have no shortcut. How dumb them people could be, man. How dumb could you be? People say I hate people. I hate nobody, my friend. I have never met a person in life I hate yet. You only one fella I hate, I think he's sitting in the audience. Where him? Where Joda? Tell them why I hate you. Man run me out in a match, boy. He tired and call me for a single and stand up. By whether I hit you with a bat and kill him that day in the park, you know. He tired, you know. He called for the run and he move. And I coming down with everything, man. He said, where you going? I said, back in the pavilion. Where you going? I can't turn wrong again. You understand? You trust. That is what the whole game was built. He and I will put on 100 for the first wicket. The whole team get bowled for 125. You understand? Everything is built on trust. When you are playing cricket and the batsman call you for one, you have to trust he really mean that. You have to communicate. If you could communicate with human, you cannot communicate with God. If you could put your faith in another human being, you can't put your faith in God. And Ganesh is saying, I am the one to illuminate everything. Trust me. Just call upon me. Give me the opportunity to come to your rescue. But you have to call me. And if you call me, know it that I am the one who is all power. Bolo Shri Ganesh and Bhagavan ki jai. We will stop there for tonight, devotees. Let us do and you know the Achutam Keshavam. We'll go with it, right? Nice. रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभम् अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरम् अच्युतं केशवं कृष्णदामोदरं रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभं रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभं कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं
कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं
तुम मीरा की जैसे बुलाते नहीं तुम मीरा की जैसे
बुलाते नहीं
अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरम्
अच्युतं
केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरम्
रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभम्
रामनारायणं
जानकीवल्लभम्
कौन कहते हैं भगवान खाते नहीं
कौन कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं
वीर शबरी की जैसे खिलाते नहीं
वीर शबरी जैसे
बुलाते नहीं
अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरम्
अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरम्
रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभम्
रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभं
कौन कहते हैं भगवान सोते नहीं
कौन कहते हैं भगवान सोते नहीं
माँ यशोदा की जैसे सुलाते नहीं
माँ यशोदा की जैसे सुलाते नहीं
अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरम्
अच्युतं
केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरम्
रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभम्
रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभं
कौन कहते हैं भगवान नाचते नहीं
कौन
कहते हैं भगवान आते नहीं
गोपियों की तरफ की नचाते नहीं
गोपियों की तरह तो नचाते नहीं
अच्युतं केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरम्
अच्युतं
केशवं कृष्ण दामोदरम्
रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभम्
रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभं
रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभम्
रामनारायणं जानकीवल्लभं
Bolo Shri Govinda Bhagavan ki jai. We'll ask the group to give us one bhajan and then we will have the act.
निशिदिन नमो गणपति चरण निशिदिन नमो गणपति चरण गणपति चरण जग दुख हरण गणपति चरण जग दुख हरण निशिदिन नमो गणपति चरण निशिदिन
गणपति चरण
निशिदिन नमो गणपति चरण
गणपति चरण
संताप सब मन के हरे मंगल सदा गणपति करे संताप सब मन के हरे, मंगल सदा गणपति करे। मन कर रहा प्रात स्मरण, मन कर रहा प्रात स्मरण। निश दिन नमा गणपति चरण, निश दिन नमा गणपति चरण। बलबूर्ति के तुम देवता, बर भक्ति हृदय स्वता। बलबूर्ति के तुम देवता, भर भक्ति हृदय सेवता। शंकर सुवन तारन तरन, शंकर चंता तंतरन। निश दिन नमा गणपति चरण, निश दिन नमा गणपति चरण। तुम्हारी कृपा बेअंत है, दीनों पे तू दयावंत है। तुम्हारी कृपा बेअंत है, दीनों पे तू दयावंत है। हम आ गए तेरी शरण, हम आ गए तेरी शरण। निश दिन नमा गणपति चरण, निश दिन नमा गणपति चरण। गणपति चरण जग दुख हरण, निश दिन नमा गणपति चरण, निश दिन नमा गणपति चरण, निश दिन नमा गणपति चरण।
Let me ask you a question. You plan to get married one day? Boy, answer me quick, man. Let me explain something to you. You're going to get married one day. And if you're lucky, you could have 3 women in your life. A wife, a mother, and a sister. Which one you think love you the most? Which one you think would love you the most? Who? The mother? Graduate fast. You get your head examined. That's not true. It is not true. A mother's love to a child is conditional love. A wife's love to her husband is conditional love. Your sister's love is unconditional. She don't want nothing from you. Your wife will always want something from you. And your parents will always want something from you. Let nobody come between the two of you. Nobody. I could die a happy man. It have no human being alive could come between my 2 children. None. If somebody call me and tell me my daughter get locked up for murder, I know she killed somebody because of her brother. And if somebody tell me my son get locked up for killing somebody, I know he killed somebody because of his sister. I don't need to know why. That is the love between the two of them. Let nobody come there back. All the best. I think tonight is your last night here, right? So all the best with your studies. Hope you get promoted soon. If ever you're in trouble, you know my number. Call. Bolo Shri Ganesh and Bhagavan Ki Jai. All will stand as we join together and sing in the Arti. Om Jai Ganapati Deva. Om Jai Ganapati Deva. Prabhu Jai Ganapati विघ्न विनाशन स्वामी विघ्न विनाशन
स्वामी
सुख संपत्ति देवा ओम जय
गणपति देव
पार्वती पुत्र कहावो शंकर सुत स्वामी
प्रभु शंकर सुख स्वामी
गजानन गणनायक तनयनुगामी
ओम जय गणपति देवा
रिद्धि सिद्धि के मालिक मूषक यशवानी
प्रभु मूषक यशवानी
कर जोरे विनती करे आनंद युसवानी
ओम जय
गणपति देवा
प्रथम आपको पूजक शुभ मंगल दाता
प्रभु शुभ मंगल दाता
सिद्धि हो ये सब कारज
सिद्धि होई सब कारज
दरिद्र हत जाता
ओम जय गणपति देवा
सुंद सुंदला दुंद दुंदला मस्तक पर चंदा
मूषक पर चंदा
कारज सिद्ध करावो
कारज सिद्ध करावो
कातो सब पंडा
ओम जय गणपति देवा
गणपति जी की आरती जो कोई नर गावे
प्रभु जो कोई नर गावे
दारुक बावती बावती देश दिन सुख पावे
ओम जय गणपति देवा
जय गणपति देवा प्रभु जय गणपति
देवा
विघ्न विनाशन स्वामी
विघ्न विनाशन स्वामी सुख संपत्ति देवा ओम जय गणपति देवा ओम जय गणपति देवा ओम जय गणपति
ॐ त्वमेव माता च पिता त्वमेव त्वमेव बन्धुश्च सखा त्वमेव त्वमेव विद्या द्रविणं त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं देव देवा ॐ शान्ति 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 हरि ओम। बोलो श्री गणेश भगवान की जय, उमापति महादेव की जय, सियापति रामचंद्र की जय, जगत जननी श्री दुर्गा माता की जय, बोलो सनातन धर्म की जय। Devotees, you may kindly take your seats.